Going on, everybody? Welcome to a brand new Shuukan TokuNet, only on the Tokusatsu Network, right here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Like I mentioned in chat, please just bear a little bit with me because we are trying to do some new things. We got a new streaming application up just because the one that we have been using has been not really working too well for us, which is why we haven't been here for the last 2 weeks now. But we're back and everything. I hope you guys can hear me. I hope you guys can see me. If you've never been at a TokuNet Shuukan, we basically round up all of the news that happened this week in Tokusatsu. Lag. Oh shit, how much lag? I might have to close this one down. Yeah, let me try that. Let's see if that works. You guys, it's a hassle where I live, my computer situation, so hopefully this will set it up. But if you've never seen a Shuukan TokuNet before, we go over all of the news that's happened in Tokusatsu this week. And also, you may notice at the top of the screen, there's a link there. It's also down in the description. You can go to there. You can ask me questions. I will answer them in between some of our stories, and we'll go from there. Lag? How much lag? It looks like we're good now. I shut the other one down. This should be good. We should be good. But yeah, let's jump into it. How is everybody doing? I'll also be checking out chat as we go along too. But it's just gonna be me and you this week. So let's do it. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I was trying to set up the audio, and it's really hard to like figure that out because I'm not an audio engineer guy. So anyway, let's move on to the obvious first big question. Hello from Belgium. Hey, welcome. We are looking at Kamen Rider Zi-O, trademark registered by Toei. I know I'm probably going to get some flack for this, but I've talked with a few people that are from Japan, and some do say that it's Zi-O, not necessarily G-O. As of what we know right now, it could go either way. What's up, Malinus? Hey, Filthy Johnny. Welcome, everybody. So yeah, Kamen Rider Zi-O, G-O, whatever you want to call him. This is going to be our next Kamen Rider, sort of like how we have Build. This is going to be the last rider that takes place in the Heisei era. Not necessarily exclusively in the Heisei era like Build is, but he's going to be the next successor, the 20th since the resurgence of Kuga back in... You guys, this is not good. This is exactly what I was fearing was going to happen. It doesn't keep the connection. That's why I don't like OBS, is it does not keep the connection. I'm going to have to quit out of all my other stuff here to make sure that nothing else is going on. So sorry about that, everybody. Again, just bear with me as we make our way through this. So yeah, we were talking about Zi-O and how Toei filed for the trademark back in April 12th with the Japanese Patent Office, and it's just come now to light. It's worst match. No, seriously, I have the worst luck when I try to stream on my main computer. I might just have to save everything here and do it on my laptop, which I hate to do because I just hate working on a laptop. It just isn't the same. I also have like a ton of screens here, so I can like manage everything, and I can't hook all that up. Max glitch on. Yeah, sorry guys. We'll see how this is going. I have the green light, but it just randomly disconnects, and I don't have the best internet connection here either. So yeah, that's Kamen Rider Zi-O, whatever, and he's going to be our next rider. So moving on to more rider news, we have Kamen Rider Build movie is going to be set after the series' conclusion. So if you guys know me, I'm actually getting into Build, so I'm actually kind of excited for these, and now that I'm reading these articles and discussing them with you guys, I'm actually a little bit more excited. But the summer Kamen Rider Build movie will take place after the conclusion of the show's story. As of yet untitled Kamen Rider Build summer movie will take place following the conclusion of the War for Pandora's Box that divided Japan into three warring nations. The story is described as taking place in a period where Saito, Hokuto, and Toto, is that how you say it? I haven't said any of these out loud. I've just been watching the show and like keeping it all internalized. $50. I might take you up on that. Well, no, it'll probably go down again. They all support each other with new governors that were put in place on behalf of the old prime ministers. However, once again, Sento faces a new massive threat. Takashi Fuji will portray the new governor of Saito. He comments, "In my wildest dreams, I couldn't imagine myself being invited to play this role in the Kamen Rider Build summer movie. It's an absolute honor. My script is filled with lots of lines, and I'm looking forward to filming. I want to fight with all my power so it's not overwhelmed by the giant scale of Build's worldview." Let's see. Mazonobu Katsumura will portray a new governor of Toto and will be the key person in the story. And he said, "I can't believe I was offered the role in Kamen Rider Build at my age. Everyone is reacting to the story when cast with excitement. I would like to take part and honor the Kamen Rider series I admired once as a child." Cool, thanks, Melanis. And then finally, Rina Matsui, who will portray the new governor from Hokuto. She says, "I was surprised that I could appear in the much-loved Kamen Rider series. I think the appeal of the series is that the ability for both small children and parents to enjoy it together. This is my first time in a tokusatsu, and because I might be able to act alongside a transformed Kamen Rider, I think I can pour my all into everything and look forward to it." The producer of the film unveiled more about the three guest stars, and he said, "The role played by these three guest stars may even surpass that of the brilliant physicist Sento Kiryu. The governors are astronauts who also went to the Mars. It's unknown whether they're friends or enemies, but they are connected to a huge mystery surrounding Build. It's also mentioned that a former astronaut will be cast in a new light, and fans will unexpectedly agree with the importance of the movie's setting." Also, Build's chief writer Shogo Muto has also commented on Twitter that he will be writing this movie. Muto also revealed Kamen Rider Heisei Generation's final build in Xaid with Legends writer-director Kazuya Kamihoriuchi will return to direct the summer movie. That's a big last name. Wow. But yeah, that's going to be cool. That's going to be exciting. Yeah. All right, let's move on to everybody's favorite bit. We haven't done these in a little bit, so we're going to hop back into it. So who's that Tokuman? This one's going to be kind of easy. This one, I think you guys will get this. Let's move over to a question or something. Let's see. Let's see. From Anonymous, what are your biggest hopes for Power Rangers Beast Morphers? I'm not very hopeful for the show. Because it's sort of a muddy stage it's in right now, where Saban still has rights to it, technically, to help produce and adapt and kind of hand it off. So we might not see that really big change until halfway through this series, or not even until the next one. It's still going to have some of that Super Mega Force, super flair to it that we all know and love. Yellow again, Squall? What? So yeah, that's it could be good. Like they could do something crazy with it, but I'm gonna guess right now, with the new IP that Hasbro has, to play it very safe and to play it very close to the pocket to kind of see how Saban produces this one over the next year, and then sort of make adjustments. So those adjustments we'll see reflected in the next series if they keep making them. Let's see. This is from PokeGold. What episode of Build am I on? I want to say... I don't know. You guys, please don't spoil anything for me. I'm actually really enjoying this. I think I'm on the episode right after Grease finds out that Mitan is teamed up with Build, and he's like, ah! And I love that. I like died when I saw that. So not too far. I'm gonna catch up by Wednesday, so I can show up for Superhero After Time. What is your favorite Kamen Rider or Super Sentai form? If it's gonna be Kamen Rider form, I got a little bit of shit of this for Twitter, but I really like what is this? Cross Dragon, his jelly form. It's like that metallic, like brushed steel and like translucent blue. I really like that, but I do like Grease a lot more, obviously. Grease is kind of like my favorite form I think I've ever seen in the show. I just love like the kind of like mummy thing going on underneath. And if it's Super Sentai, I really like the Beast more for his power-ups. Like the Buddy Roids being incorporated. I really liked that. Anyway, so I saw a couple people already guess this. Yes, you are right. That's Gorosaki, you know, Robo Harambe himself. Yeah, that was an easy one. We'll see if you guys can get the next and last one. Alright, moving on. Kamen Rider Heisei Generation's final released on Blu-ray and DVD. So Toei has recently released this movie. The Blu-ray was released with promotional materials, including a collector's box, commentary track, and a making of feature, which I love watching those. I love seeing behind-the-scenes stuff as a film guy. Can't get better than that. But the film opened last December 9th and was #1 at the weekend box office in Japan, outdoing the previous year's entry, Kamen Rider Heisei Generations, Dr. Pac-Man vs. X8 Ghost with Legends Riders. God, these titles are so long. Jesus. Along with the individual casts of Kamen Rider Build and Kamen Rider X8, the movie sees the return of Kamen Rider Ghost, Gaim, Forze, Oz, and Ankh. So, no Drive, unfortunately. Why? I don't know. But I've been seeing a lot of people on Twitter watching this, having fun with this, and I think I'll have to watch this at some point. Maybe after I go through and finally watch X8 and finish that, because I feel like there might be some things that if I watch it early, might spoil. We're not getting into the Forze argument in the comments because it can be pronounced both. In the intro, they say Forze because it rhymes with Ikoze, and in the show, people say Forze and Forze because Forze is short for 40, which it's the 40th anniversary, and we're moving on. Hello Kitty Cross Kamen Rider 555 collab revealed. So celebrating Kamen Rider 5's 15th anniversary, Hello Kitty brand, I'm probably going to be butchering this, herringbone muffler towel and mini cloth are available on Premium Bandai. So if you guys know, these, back when Kamen Rider 5 was coming out, you can see it in the thumbnail. They did a lot of collaborations together at like the shows and like amusement parks. So it's funny to see that this is still kind of going on. These two products are expected to ship in May sometime this month. In addition, indoor theme park Sanrio Puroland did an event with several exclusive items. So Kento Hanada, who played Takumi or Kamen Rider 5, and Kohei Makurami, who played Masato in Kyakusa, were present for a special talk show and live show. There was also an opportunity to pose with them as well as 5 and Kyakusa in photos. Don't spoil. Yeah, don't spoil anything. Wait, what are we saying? You're not a fan of Kamen Rider Grease? He's the best so far. Oh my gosh, I love him. Yeah, and then let's move on to our last story for the day. Lupinrangers vs. Patrangers Girlfriend's Army Hyper Battle DVD announced. So it was announced this week that the Terubikun Hyper Battle DVD for Kaito Sentai Lupinranger vs. Keisatsu Sentai Patranger will be titled Girlfriend's Army. The DVD will feature the series' heroines, Umika and Tsukasa. I always get mixed up with that name, as the stars of the DVD, which is very similar to what the last week's episode was about. So more details will come as we know it. So Squall is in Shuukan charge. Buddha. All right, let's get this one out of the way. Who is that Shukuman? All right, we got some new questions. Let's see. This is another one for PokeGold. If you were an Ultraman, what would your Ultraman name be? It would be something that nobody could pronounce, sort of like in Akiba Ranger, where it's like, it's just the string of like random words nobody could pronounce, just so that I wouldn't feel bad that nobody else that nobody else could pronounce it, and everybody would be in the same boat, and everyone would get made fun of for the same thing. um, let's see. This is from Super CES. What's your favorite Toku video game? I did a video on this. I really was partial to Beautiful Joe just because I felt like that was something on its own before I found out about Toku. And sort of seeing that and kind of revisiting that, that was a very, very good fun one to play. Chroma Squad's also really good, but it's kind of got lower replayability. So yeah, I'd say Beautiful Joe. Yeah. Is there any Toku series that you wish were longer? No. I think that the shows already are kind of too long. You look at Super Sentai and they kind of like revisit a lot of themes and a lot of things that they've done present or previously, until they finally get to like the episodes where they have the arcs, and then the rest is kind of filler. Sort of like anime. They're filling the time for the manga artists and the crews to get the new stuff out so that they can adapt that. And I feel like Sentai does that with filler episodes. Kamen Rider does that with filler arcs, where they'll lead you one way and then they'll lead you back the other way. And like, I recently just like felt that with Build, that like things literally 10 episodes ago don't really matter anymore, because it's just this constant drama fest that has no real presence on the overall story at sometimes. They're fun and it's exciting to watch, and of course every episode you're like but I think some of those twists are kind of transparent because of that. So I think that they're maybe a little bit too long. I think a good 40 episode series is 2 seasons worth of something, and some Sentais, some Kamen Riders are able to like get rid of most of that. So yeah, Ultraman Squall, Squaru Ultraman. Is there any other Showa riders that you wish to receive the Amazon's treatment? So the Amazon's treatment is very similar to Kamen Rider the First and the Next, which as bad as those movies are, I love those movies. I think they're very fun. I love the designs. But really, I would love to see a Kamen Rider Black readaptation. Kind of more adult. Because the show itself was kind of adult. It was very nightmare fuel. So I think that one would be a really good sort of fit. And then, of course, it can always lead into RX as well, which I know people like that one as well. Did you spot a single filler in Build? No, but the way that they treat the story, like in between all of the actual story, the rest of the episode is like a lot of it's kind of filler bits. They do that a lot with characters, like Grease's three like right-hand men. As soon as they came in, I'm like, oh, they're just gonna be here to like pose a problem for like the next 5 episodes, and then they'll like die or go away. And that's pretty much what's happening. And then they got a power up, and I'm like, okay, they'll be here for another 2 episodes until they get a power up, and then they'll stop them and kill them. That's kind of how Kamen Rider does it, is they have filler characters, not necessarily shows, filler drama and arcs. And yeah, I'm probably just digging myself a hole here. Let's see. Here we go. If I had to spend one day with a Kamen Rider, who would it be? It's got to be Gentaro. It's got to be Heisei himself. Dude's the coolest dude. Every time I watched that show, I was just like, man, I wish I was friends with him. But no, I love everybody on Build as well. Like, Build's the first cast where I don't hate anybody. I cheer for the heroes. I cheer for the side characters because they have a lot of purpose in this series, and I even cheer for the villains. Like, there's a huge reveal over who Stalk is, which I guessed, and I was like, I was passionate about it. I was like, yeah, this is exactly how you do it, and I love all the characters. But yeah, it's gotta be Gentaro. Yeah. All right. Did anybody guess this? I'm going to give you guys just like another minute here. Who's that Tokuman? Who's that Shukuman? But how's everything else sounding and looking? Is it good? I think when we went down previously, that was just something to do with my internet, not necessarily the stream, because the stream's going really well. It's only causing like 5% of my CPU, which is good, which is very good. So, who's that Shukuman? God, this will be impossible. Yeah, the second ones are always impossible. Well, I wouldn't say always impossible, but like if you think like I do, they're not impossible. But the tablet Bono was on, that's a good one. It's magnet states, yeah. All right, all right, all right, all right. Come on, I want some. Screen Dr. K was on. That's a good one. That's a good one. I did laugh really hard when Build got a new bottle that was like a tablet or like a phone, and he's just got like this giant phone on his wrist. Because it reminds me of like my tablet, because I have like this little thing I can put on, and I, I played like Fallout 4 with like this giant tablet to use as my my Pip-Boy. It's very entertaining, but it's weird. I might do a video on this, but like, there's apparently 3 sets of bottles that were separated when the Pandora box expanded. And Build has all of these starter bottles. Don't tell me if I'm right or wrong or anything, but he has all these starter bottles, and all of them are like perfect matches. And then he gets the other ones from other like the other states, and those are perfect matches too. But I was just like, what would be the odds of like him having like 1 or 2 perfect matches in his bunch, and then he's got to get the other ones. But then I guess that would be a little bit too much like O's. A Jigglypuff seen from above, yeah, that's good. All right, all right. The mentor from Bokanger. Nope. Who's That Tokuman is the segment we do here is Who's That Tokuman? Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't think of anything else this weekend. So I was like, this will work. So yeah, it was the Tokuman from previously. No one got that. But that's okay. I don't ever expect anybody to get that, and don't feel bad for not getting Ooh, here's one more good question from Dr. Grid. Would you want a Sentai to get an Amazon-style reboot? If yes, which one? I definitely have been thinking about this, and I might actually be doing something to make this happen. Wink, wink. Go Ranger. Go Ranger, especially now with like the Shattered Grid. I don't want to reveal too much of what I have going on, but like with Shattered Grid, Go Ranger could technically be adapted into like the Power Ranger sort of universe as is right now. But I would love to see like a grown-up version of like Sentai. Jetman, ooh yeah, Jetman would be really good too. Yeah. And then here's another video idea I have coming up too from Maddie J. Any expectations from Hasbro at Power Morphicon? We're going to come back to that one. Wait around, Maddie J. I'll have a video up in like a week or two. We're going to be talking about Power Morphicon and Hasbro and the implications of what that might be. Yeah. But that's pretty much our news for the week. If you guys could be so kind and leave me a comment in the chat just about how everything sounded, how it looked, if there was any like hiccups or anything weird you see. Again, we're doing a new streaming platform. We're using OBS, and so I had to set everything up within the last week just because it wasn't working last week. Other than that one hiccup where we cut out earlier from my internet. How did it look? How did it go? We want to hear from you. As always, you guys can tune in every Saturday. We're going to be doing this at 1 p.m. We'll let you know if that changes or if I have anything else coming up that will let me not do it. And hopefully I can pass everything on to other people, and you can see other team members hosting this as well. But if you guys haven't already, you can check out all these all these news articles and more over on the website, thetokusatsunetwork.com. You can stay right here. And you know what? I don't know if you guys have seen this yet. I'm going to close you guys out with a little video here. I'm pretty sure that this is live. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Yeah, this is live. This is live. Yeah. So, I love his shirt. So what does this mean? What does this mean? It means we're going to be doing some more interviews with some of the people on oh, no sound from video. Damn it. I forgot to turn that on. I'm sorry. Mic sounds stereo. Ooh. Okay. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You guys can go check that video out if you actually just click below on our thing. We just put it up. Sorry about the no audio. I forgot to turn that back on just because I have other like notifications coming in. But yeah, we're going to be doing some interviews with those two lovely people. You saw, what's her name? Chameleon. I've totally like dropped every little bit of information on Q-Ranger out of my brain. Hammy. We're gonna be doing some interviews with Hammy's actress as well as what's his name? I'm so bad with names, you guys. Koichi Sakamoto, that's right. So Sakurako Okubo and Koichi Sakamoto. So stay tuned for those. But anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out. If you want to support us on Patreon, we have a link down below. There's some awesome goodies that we'll be sending to you. We'll constantly be sort of reaching out. What the heck? There we go. We'll be reaching out. We'll make sure that everyone that supports on Patreon gets things first. You can see some of our videos on YouTube a whole day, maybe even sooner first. Just a lot of cool stuff. So be sure to check it out. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I will see you guys next week. Or if you guys are following me over on my YouTube, we're going to be doing Superhero After Time, which is going to be on Wednesday. And that is going to be talking about the new episodes of Lupin versus Pat and Build that week. So if you guys want a good place to kind of come to talk about all the new stuff that's going on in the show, that's where it's going to be, over on my channel, Squall Charleston. Hey guys, thank you. Have a good one.